How y'all doing today, guys? It's been a minute, so make sure my audio is working good. So, let's put my gum out for this. You guys all have been knowing what's going on, and what I've been noticing is over the past 4, 5, 6 years that police brutality has come to the forefront of our faces in our lives, and just the stark contrast and reality of the world that we live in. There has been a couple things that has come to true, okay? And we need to remember the basic rules of life, right? And the basic mantras and the way that people live and stuff. What do they say? What are some of the wise words that they say? Actions speak louder than words. But you hear on the news all the time how we need to come together. We are the world. We are the people, right? We. It's all this we. But what comes with the word we, right? We instills that there's a sense of unity. There's a sense of camaraderie and of a group that's come about, right? We means that you, me, him, her, them, they, whatever, are a part of us. We are a group. We, with distinct boundaries, right? We typically insinuates and identifies people that are a part of a group. What is a group? A group are a collection of identities and people who share similar or the same characteristics. So if they share similar and the same characteristics, more often than not, there are distinct boundaries that differentiates the outside from this, right? That's how we have group A, we have group B, we have group C, we have the hip hop group, we have the jock group. There are distinct boundaries in between each group, right? Yet in this country, we love to throw the word we around nonchalantly. What we need to do, all of us, is we need to replace the word we and be completely clear about who it is that we're talking about when we are talking about anything and everything from now on. On the news, let's replace the word we. So look, I'll give you guys an example real quick of a sentence that I've heard on the news. We have to do so much better, you guys. We have to wear our masks. We have to make sure that we're being safe. We have to stay indoors. Who's we? Let me replace the word we with who they really mean. They, meaning the news, broadcast, whoever you prefer, CNN, Fox, replace, whatever. All the Americans that live in this country, or if it's a local news broadcast, all of the Texans, all of the people, the Dallas County residents need to wear masks. We now has a clear identifier when I say that now. We replace the word we. I replace the word we. Now we know exactly who we're talking about. We are the people. We need justice. We need this. We need that. Who's we? Who are they talking about on the news when it's a white person out here saying that, right? American citizens? Is that what you mean? Do you mean your society? Do you mean maybe just the business conglomerates that are running the world right now that are benefiting and actually losing money because of these riots, right? They're losing money because when we don't have uniformity, when we don't have all of these people, drones, all oriented towards the same goal as most of these companies, which is to make money and profit, then they're losing money. Now we got some issues. You guys are burning shit down because you're fucking with the money. You're talking about looting and shit. Now you talking about digging in my pockets, right? Now we gonna have some issues. Who's we? We gonna have some issues. Who am I being the narrative of in this instance right now? That's the part that as humans in a society like this now, you have to be. It's so important to understand exactly what someone is saying when they speak words. Who are we? Who is we? When someone on the news says, we are going to fix this, who the fuck is we? Who is them? That is a huge thing. I was talking to my mother, different generation. She's in her 40s. Different generation. I asked them, why are you guys so mad about the issue? What are the different generations and what are we mad for? Because it seems like as a black community, the blanket overall thing is we're mad that it seems that black people seem to be getting hunted and killed and there's no accountability to what's happening, right? But there's still other sects in the way that we respond to this type of inequality and this stark reality. It's different. 'Cause the way I look at it, I'm like, I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised. Are we really surprised? Are we as Americans, are we as humans? Come on. It's so, what do they call? They call insanity something. You keep doing the same thing, expecting different results. Insanity. We are black people. Fixing myself with we. Black people are being insane in the mind, thinking things have changed because we hear someone on the news, because we see a couple changes here and there. It is never going to change. You know why? Have you heard the Dr. Seuss book with the snarks and the snorks or some shit? They had stars in their belly. You can't take your skin color off. What you can do is bleach it. Is that what you want to do? You want to self-loathe, or you don't have to hate yourself to do that. You know, you just want to do it because you want to fit in, right? No, that's not it. What is it is you need to understand reality. That is what's happening. You need to understand what the fuck reality is. And the reality is that the world don't really fuck with black people anywhere. Point blank, period. Except Africa. There's other places, right? I'm not the most intelligent. I'm not the most educated. I'm not the person who knows everything in the world. But goddamn, I know something. And what I do know is my observances. I'm observing the world. I'm surprised that older people are really thinking shit is gonna change. I'm surprised that people our age really think shit's gonna change. One of my we could talk about that another time. I really wanted to get that out there. We Americans, black people, white people, Mexicans, Hispanics need to replace the word we with what you really truly mean. That is a skill you also need to instill in yourself. When someone else is speaking, you need to understand who exactly they're referring to. We is very ambiguous, yet it has extremely specific production and results. Okay, very specific results when we are saying we. Okay, another very unpopular opinion. In the light of what's happening in this quarantine times, especially with the feminist and men's movement, I want to speak specifically on a black male. I am mixed. Now, since this is also another thing that's going on with the Doja Cat situation, I want to talk about that as well. My father is Hispanic and my mother is black. I've experienced most of my life through a black filter and a black lens. Most of my life has been trying to figure out what I have been, what I come from. Seeing my father be completely different than what I am. Seeing my father experience an entirely different experience than I have, and it's really, really weird, and it is very torn. But I will tell you is I experienced life as a black man first and foremost. So I will speak on what it means to be a black man. A very unpopular opinion, as a black man, we need to think about life differently. We, black men, Africans, all diaspora, we need to think of life differently. I don't care who the fuck I'm hurting, who doesn't agree. You can get off the damn channel. You don't have to listen to what I'm saying. But what I am saying is some shit that needs to be talked about and some shit that is true. It's true. Men have a lower life expectancy than women. Mostly because of the jobs that we go through, because we have to do it. Men have to provide. Women have the luxury of sitting at home. Now, we're not going to talk about what women do and what men do. No, we're talking about men because I'm a fucking man. You on the channel, you listen to what it is about a man. Y'all don't hear nothing. Or you always hear about what everybody's going through. You don't hear some shit from a man. I'm going to tell you. You don't have to agree with this as a man either. But we have a lower life expectancy. Now, let's add on that you're black, right? Shit. Looking at this, most of our probability of you going to jail or getting killed jumps up exponentially. Already as a man, your life expectancy was low. But now, add on to the fact that you're black or look black or have black phenotypes or some shit like that, or you just, you colored. Your probability going to jail, cutting off even more additions of years of your life, or you dying exponentially rises compared to other races, right? So what that means is, as a black male, you need to live your life expecting and thinking that you're going to end prematurely. This is being realistic. This is not being fake. This isn't being morbid or some shit like that. This is the fucking reality of life that you got going on here. This is what's happening. You see this shit. They don't give a fuck about us. So you know what? You need to give a fuck about yourself. And you know what else that means? Is that in every way, you need to think about yourself. You need to think about your tribe. You need to think and grow as a fucking man, your damn self. Nobody gives a fuck about us. Nobody gives a fuck about you. As a man, it seems like the world's already hard. Well, guess what? If you're black, it's even harder, okay? We know that shit already, but you need to start living life like that. I suggest, as a black man, you go and live your life the way you want to. When it comes to women, it's already hard enough just to get some girls, get some women that are quality. Women out here can do whatever the fuck they want, right? If you're a frustrated black male, you understand what it means. You don't even have to be a fucking black male to understand how hard it is dating sometimes, you know? Even for women, it's hard. But here's the fact. Women choose who they want to have sex with, and men who choose who they want to have relationships with. But the fact is as a woman, you can get all this shit. You can find some simp, some guy, whatever, anywhere that's going to want you. As a man, that ain't the same. Now, what y'all going to say? Oh, okay, we got other guys out here. No, guys can do whatever the fuck they want. No, you guys are talking about the fucking top 10, top whatever percent of the men who did your ass wrong. Okay, but think about all the other guys that was in your inbox saying, hey, baby, I'll take you out. Hey, I want to do this today. Hey, you know, how you doing? How you checking up? Why is this motherfucker sending me good morning sex messages? Why do you care? You just want to get in my pants. That's exactly what y'all say, okay? But the fact is that some of them motherfuckers that y'all done had motherfucking feelings for and shit, all they wanted to do was get in your pants, but they didn't give a fuck about you. But you still let them have it. The rewards women give to certain men changes the view of other men and how they should react. What I mean is that as an asshole guy who thinks about himself fucking all these other bitches or some shit, when you as a woman reward this man, the other men looking, they're like, well, shit, what the fuck, what am I doing? You know what I'm saying? Then fuck that shit. I shouldn't be doing this shit. Or they're just confused altogether. You know what? But as a woman, you can do that. You can do that shit. I'm not saying you don't have to. But I'm saying as a black man, you don't have anyone out here to really tell you this shit. But if you are going to live your life less than a lot of other races out here, and in general, you better make sure you live in the motherfucking life that you need to. Get in the motherfucking gym. Learn a fucking skill. Make your motherfucking money. Make yourself happy. Go travel if you want to. Fuck all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? But you need to find your morals and your values. Family, friends, your tribe, your community, yourself. Yourself is first. God and yourself if you religious. But you know what? I'm putting my fucking self first. I come first. And then everybody else comes second. Everything else. Women, friends, family, you come first. If you only gonna be here, if Trayvon Martin, if all these other motherfuckers, excuse my language, if all these other men who graciously died for us to see the reality of this world, if they knew they were going to die early, wouldn't they have lived their life differently? Yeah, I can be evil in some senses. This can turn into an evil thing. Fuck as many women as you want to. Live a life of hedonistic, superficial emptiness. Sure, why not? But if anything, you need to realize that as a black man, your life is exponentially less than other people. You can potentially die a lot sooner than all these other people. We're not even talking about your medical conditions. Come on. Women who are dealing with black men, these women need to seriously be considerate of the life that men are living. But the fact is that a lot of women will never be able to understand what it means to go through as a man. So it's your duty to take responsibility of your life and know that you matter and you're of value. Make your life as pleasurable and as meaningful and as impactful as possible. If these women are not there for you with it, fuck them. Fuck them. If those other men aren't there for you, fuck them. Fuck them. You gotta live your fucking life. At the end of the day, I'm out, man.